Everyone seems to believe that starting a business is what's going to make you rich. And whether it's a side hustle, an income stream, a job, a dream, traveling, whatever it is that you want as your income stream because you have power and choice over that, especially if you're in the United States, then it doesn't come from starting a business or becoming a millionaire. It comes from the 6-step implementation that I'm about to teach you. And I actually got this from my coach, whose net worth is $200 million, and he does make over that amount of income every single year. And I am so lucky and so blessed to have him kind of looking over my shoulder and teaching me this kind of stuff. And now I want to pay it forward and show it to you. So let's get into it. Hey guys, my name is Mariana Lusosa. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I am on a mission to change your life, and more specifically, this generation's life. I want to make sure that you have a purpose, you have a goal, you have the resources to get there, the income, the money to get there, and you also have the lifestyle freedom to make your own decisions, to think for yourself, and to break out of the matrix or the school system, the education system that is not teaching you these essential life skills. Today I'm going to be teaching you the 6-step framework on how you can actually apply this and create your financial freedom anywhere you choose. Step number 1. You have to solve problems. If you look at any job, any career, any business, anything that really gets paid for, whether it's with a favor or with a smile or with money, it's because you're giving value. You're solving a problem. So when you go work for a tech company fixing computers, well, they're paying you because you're fixing computers. You're solving a problem for them, right? When a client pays a lawyer, I'm sorry, I've been watching too much TV. Suits. A client pays a lawyer to defend them in court. They're solving a problem, and it's a big problem. So lawyers get paid a lot of money. Doctors save lives. They get paid a lot of money. Businesses provide some sort of product or service that adds value and solves a problem, and therefore they get money. So whatever career or income stream or something it is that you want to get into or you want to achieve, it doesn't have to be a business. Make sure it's solving a big problem. And the bigger the problem, the better. Or at least make sure that you enjoy it and you find some purpose in it. Because I guarantee you have a purpose. There's something inside that's like, I need to do this for this world before I leave. And if you find that thing, it doesn't matter if you don't have it figured out right now. You don't have to have it all figured out. I figured it out at a young age because mine is going to take decades to accomplish. But whatever it is for you, when you find it, grab onto it and make sure that it's solving a big problem. And if it's fixing computers, think bigger. Think bigger companies. Think very specific problems. Maybe it's a specific part of a computer. And this is just me grabbing onto a random example, but you get the point. Number 2, develop a high income skill. So with this problem, you're gonna have to develop skills. You're gonna have to develop the tools to actually fix this problem. And you may be like, Mariana, what if I haven't found that problem that I want to solve or the value that I want to give to this world? How do I pick the skill? Well, if you haven't found the problem, you're in luck, because right now I want you to develop 2 essential skills, okay? Communication and sales. That's it. Those 2 things will play a part in your whole life. I don't care if you're not a salesman, you're not in business, you're not in any of that kind of stuff, where you don't like to talk to people because you're an introvert. I get it, okay? But you're selling yourself every single day. When you go to apply for a job, when you try to convince your parents to take your idea or to borrow their car, or you're trying to convince a friend to do something, you're selling them that idea. And the quicker, the smarter, the sharper you are at that, the farther ahead you will get in life. Same with communication. If you know how to put yourself in somebody else's shoes, you will look at the world in a whole different perspective. If you know how to communicate something that people don't usually know how to, when you have that idea or that thing that you don't know how to get out, if you can put that into words, or put somebody else's idea into words, that is so powerful emotionally, and you're going to be able to move mountains. Number 3, you have to learn how to market. I know you're not in the business, you're not in the entrepreneurship world, or if you are, listen up closely. Either way, if you are or aren't, this applies to you. Why? because you need to learn how to put that idea that of yours or that offer or yourself when you're trying to apply for a job or start a business or convince somebody to try your magnificent weed brownies. Don't do that. You need to learn to put it into a package that looks irresistible, because if you have the best brownies in the world but they look like poop, I'm not gonna buy it. I'm gonna miss out. And guess what? Now you're dishonoring everybody who passes by your stand, because they're not going to try your brownies. And guess what? The world didn't get to try the best brownies in the world. And that's on you for not being able to deliver it in a way that looks amazing. And that applies to any idea, like a piece of art, any job that you want, like yourself. If you want to go up and get a girlfriend or a boyfriend, but you look like crap, but inside you have the best personality ever, I think that's a better example. They're missing out. And that's all because you couldn't make yourself look irresistible. I hope that makes sense. Number 4, learn how to argue. Learn how to win arguments. I love winning. But first of all, you need to learn how to argue. You need to learn how to not let an opportunity or an offer walk away. The thing with this generation is that if somebody says no, or something happens, or something doesn't turn out right, we're just like, well, it's a sign from the universe. It's a sign from the unicorn. It's a sign from God that I shouldn't do this. No, motherfucker, you let that opportunity walk away. You let that person walk away. You didn't do crap. And I'm not talking about toxic exes. I'm talking about that $1,000,000 opportunity that could have been yours a decade from now if you had just held on or tried something or actually developed the skills that I'm teaching you in this video to not let it walk away. So when something comes from you, don't give up. Learn resilience. Learn to stick with it, okay? Learn to stick with it until it doesn't work out in the 3rd year. Most of you start a business and it's not that the business idea is wrong, it's that you don't give it enough time. You have the wrong idea of how long it's going to take. Same with any job offer, opportunity. You want to get into Harvard. I don't know how Harvard applications go, but you go up to the main office and you sleep there and you eat there and you find the representative who declined your offer and you negotiate a fucking deal with them. God help me. But you get the point. Build that resilience into you and it will carry you very, very far. Number 5, you need to scale with people. What do I mean by this? You have to use people. And as cold-hearted and weird and disgusting as that might sound, I don't mean use people in a cold-hearted way. I mean like make transactions with people. Like people want to help you and they want your help. You have something valuable, they have something valuable, cha-ching. Okay? And so I didn't learn this until I went into like networking events at business places, business owners. And again, if you're not an entrepreneur, don't apply this. Apply this whatever way you like. If you go to a school meeting or if you go to an event of your kind or whatever. But what will happen is that there's someone then who knows someone important or who, has some sort of tip or trick or podcast or business or, they know the principal or the CEO of something that you want to get into. And if you're able to provide some kind of value with them or network, get each other's contact information, Instagram handle, phone number, email, exchange a couple of words and have a real conversation that makes them intrigued. And this goes back to my whole learn the first few skills. Wow, you have some, you don't understand how much people will raise you up because these people, they want to see you win. There's people ahead of you want to help you out if they see the potential in you. So don't miss opportunities to network. If you are a wallflower or an introvert, that is not an excuse to stay at home with your cat and read a book. And that was a personal message to me because I was that girl. And I'm still, to this day, I dread going out. I dread going to big business events or I have a thing in California in May. And right now I'm so excited, but I know that when I get to the hotel and I dress up and it's time to go, I'm going to hug my pillow and want to go to sleep. That is not an excuse. You are missing out on so much opportunity. And I'm saying this so you don't make the same mistake I used to in my teen years. Number 6, you need to develop leadership skills. I feel like this generation needs to step up a little bit. I feel like you need to step up a little bit. I feel like I need to step up a little bit because I feel like we're shaping the people that come after us. I think it's alpha generation or whatever. And I know we're still so young, but even our parents are clueless on some kinds of things. I feel like we have so much potential to make so much impact on the future, or even in just your future. Stop worrying. Like, let's not worry about the world. Let's put that aside. Let's just say you don't want to make some kind of legacy, and if you do, great, then keep watching. But when you're able to lead yourself and control your emotions and teach people how to do something and empathize and communicate and not let your anger or your sadness or your depression get the best of you, and you're able to step up and be the man or woman that you're meant to be, everybody else is going to look up to you. And when they do, they're going to start changing, and they're also going to step up. And guess what? The people around them are going to start stepping up, and before you know it, you have made an impact on like 50 people, 100 people, 200, 1,000, and you may not even know it, but you have made an impact, and it's all because you focused on yourself. You were able to control your emotions. You were able to control your mind, the way you speak, the way you show up. You don't let your anger or your breakup or your parents' divorce, personally speaking to me, get in the way. You still show up. And guess what? You might have had a horrible day, but when you show up for your team or your classmates or your coworkers, and like everybody's like, wow, I heard she was going through that shit, but I know she doesn't open up a lot, and you can't even tell. Like, that is one heck of a guy or girl. And it's amazing the difference it will make. And I'm not saying like don't listen to your emotions, but don't let them dictate your future or how you show up with other people. Because if you're always treating other people like shit because you can't control yourself, that's going to bite you in the back later on. That is a fact. So learn how to control yourself, learn how to lead yourself, and then start leading others. Become the example you wish you had in the past. So those are the 6 steps. Solve problems, develop a high income skill, market yourself, create an irresistible offer around whatever it is that you want. Learn how to handle objections, learn how to argue, do not let the opportunity walk away. Scale, network, use other people to your advantage by giving something in return, Scale the ladder with people. And lead yourself, set the example. I hope that this was valuable, and subscribe if you're not already. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video, and do not forget to follow my Instagram for daily updates.